Welcome to the fabulous Yas Marina circuit here in Abu Dhabi, the location for this year's Young Driver Test. Over the next 2 days, we'll go behind the scenes as we watch the teams put the next generation of potential Formula One drivers through a series of tests to uncover the next superstar. Ask any of the team principals whether outright speed is the sole requirement, and they'll tell you that consistency, feedback and attitude are equally important. Still, a few record times wouldn't hurt a driver's chances of securing a seat for next season. And right on cue, the first engine of the day has fired into life right below my commentary box. So I think we'll soon see a car out on track.
Hey, good to see you again. As your race engineer, it's my job to support you this weekend. When you're out on track, we'll remain in contact via radio. I'll feed you information as and when you need it. As discussed in the team briefing, we're not looking for outright speed to begin with, so just take your time. Follow my instructions and you'll do great. I'll just check the lads are ready. We'll attach comms when you're in the car. Okay, let's get you strapped in.
And that's the end of day 2 of the Young Drivers Test. Next time we see you, it'll be on the grid for the start of a new Formula One season.
So Carlos Sainz Jr., his 7th win of the year. You've got to feel for Pierre Gasly. He has finished second 6 times now. He needs to win one in Jerez, please. He's that good. I mean, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. That's just cruel.
Pierre Gasly, the championship runner-up, and in the end, that is what stopped him sending it wildly inside Will Bullard.
But here is Pierre Gasly, who, with great humour, has listened to the fact that he hasn't won a race for so long. He's about to change that. Pierre Gasly is a winner at last. He's a winner in GP2, and he crosses the line to win in Silverstone in style.
Program is really the place to be at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think they always show that they always give the chance to the young drivers when they deserve to have one. So yeah, I think it's looking good, as we saw with Max, with Carlos, with Daniel, Evan Daniel. I think they definitely give the chance to the young drivers, which is good.
What a superlative drive from Pierre Gasly. We're on our feet and you should be as well. What a phenomenal drive. He wins in Abu Dhabi to take the final feature race of the year. He did not take the fastest lap because that would be impossible. So Lynn is absolutely delighted, but the moment's arrived for Pierre Gasly. He can see what he targeted at the start of the season. Pierre Gasly crosses the line to become the 2016 GP2 champion, and look what it means to him. He is the 12th man to take the title in series history, but it's all about this man who is the champion of 2016.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix. The pre-race talking is over. Now it's time for the drivers to show their worth. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations? And how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base, but what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
Hello, this is JM83, and this is a brand new career on my channel, which is the Pierre Gasly career on F1 2016, which is, I'm driving as Pierre Gasly, the GP2 champion, in the Toro Rosso team, and just to see where the career takes me. So yeah, into first practice for Australia. I'm in the practice, got a purple score on track acclimatization, as you probably would expect, because it's not that challenging. But then as you go into the qualifying sim, I unfortunately can't get very close to the target time, so I think I'm about half a second down there, and that's a red time, and expected 22nd place, which isn't brilliant. So unfortunately I couldn't do the quali sim. I didn't choose to do the tyre sim because I just think it's a bit of a waste of time. I choose the engine upgrade there, and on to qualify now for the Australian Grand Prix. Currently Ricciardo's on pole. See where this lands puts me. I'm not hoping for much based on the qualifying pace simulation in practice, but it puts me in P16 behind Esteban Gutierrez, which is a bit disappointing. And onto the results, I mean, I fall down 17th behind Harry Hanto of all people. Sainz up in 13th, I think. Verstappen's on pole ahead of Ricciardo and Hamilton, which is a bit surprising, as Red Bull aren't usually faster. Then onto pit strategy then, so one stop race, all the AI in the top 10 will be doing 2 stops, because they would have qualified on super soft tyres, so that's quite good. Underfuel the car quite a bit, not too much though, because the upgrades haven't come in yet for the fuel, so it's not easy to save fuel that much. But P17 on the grid, it's going to be a bit difficult to get points from here because it was quite a bad qualifying. Got Haryanto just ahead of me, 5 red lights and away. Haryanto gets quite a good start, better than me, and weaves into the middle of the track. He overtakes my teammate Sainz, who's on the left there. I'm ahead of Gutierrez. Sainz, go on. Dive bomb on Hulkenberg into turn 1. We bail out a bit, we then make collision with Hulkenberg, and we're back down to 16th place alongside Jolly and Palmer. So not been an amazing start, only made up, actually I didn't make up any places from where I was, but then send one up the inside of Sainz and Haryanto into turn 3, and managed to take both of them, do we? I'm not sure. We're side by side with Sainz still, onto the curb, and that should be 14th place sorted. Yep, and 14th place ahead of Carlos Sainz, which is good. And then here we have battling, I think, both McLarens and Hulkenberg ahead of me. So this is going to cost them a lot of time. It's Grosjean, 2 McLarens and Hulkenberg. They're weaving around all over the place. So what are we going to do? Just stick behind them for now, but I think it looks like I'm going to send one up the inside of Nico Hulkenberg into the second last corner, and Jenson Button actually. And then, oh, that was Jenson Button just slamming into the side pod of the car there to push me wide, and then Hulkenberg's taking me back. So back down to 14th. And yeah, at this point it's looking alright. We're ahead of the teammate, which is all that really matters. So yeah, back round the outside of Hulkenberg is turn 1. Wow, that's quite a good move, if I do say so myself. Round the outside of turn 1 completely of Nico Hulkenberg in his Force India. As you can see on the side, you might have caught a glimpse in it. I'm only predicted 13th or 14th or so. So I'm not expecting to get points in his first race for Toro Rosso because it is quite a bad car at this point. And yeah, points. Oh dear, that's a run wide onto the grass, and Hulkenberg is going to go back ahead of me. So that good overtake into turn 1 is now pretty pointless because he's back ahead instantly. And yeah, after lap 2 we're still, we're coming to the end of lap 2 now. This is another overtake straight on a Hulkenberg into turn 1, it looks like. And yeah, pretty straightforward into turn 1, brake later than him, and back up into 13th. Looks like just battling Hulkenberg so far basically, and now looks like, I don't know where they've gone, but Alonso is the next car ahead of me. On to lap 5, we've got DRS open. The overspeed on the terrible McLaren Honda straight line speed is pretty ridiculous. Send one up the inside and force Alonso out, and that is P11, so it looks quite good at the minute. And cutting now onto lap 8 after the front runners have made their stops, and Hamilton is the car behind me right now because they're in 4th. So in the debut race for Gasly, it's not great to be having Lewis Hamilton right behind you. And he's going to go around the outside into the fast left and right corner. Force him wide, he's going to go right around the outside, is he? And that is a good move from Hamilton there. Try and keep it in, but it's just not to be. and Hamilton has the much faster car and the faster tyres, so yeah, there's not really much point fighting him because we're not in the same battle really. And now lap 9, we've got the two angry Red Bulls behind me of Verstappen and Ricciardo, and I'm on bad tyre wear compared to them. It's the third at the minute, but looks like these two cars are both going to get past me quite soon, judging by it, and Verstappen's going for the move up the inside. I don't try and defend it because there's not much point. There's a bit of contact there with the Dutchman actually. And yeah, so these are in the sister team, they're much faster on better tyres, so not a load of point trying to hold them off. And then Ricciardo goes up the inside as well into turn 3. Hold it around the outside though, that's pretty good. Is he going to keep it around there? I think he is. And Ricciardo now has the inside line, so he's going to take 4th place from me. But we are on different strategies, so that is to be expected. On to lap 10, I'm probably going to pit quite soon because it's getting to near the end of the life of these soft tyres. So yeah, so you can see the strategy coming up on the bottom right, but meanwhile I've got a Vettel going right around the outside, much like Hamilton did. But this time we're going to be a bit more forceful and edge him out a bit more, and he has to stay behind because his Ferrari isn't quite as good as the Mercedes that Hamilton had. So yes, strategy in the bottom right corner, so medium tyres on lap 12 I think that is. Vettel's still there, a bit of contact with him, but it's all fine. He's still at the inside for the 4th corner in a row I think now, and he's taken a place up into P5 for Vettel, and my tyre is on 72%, which isn't that promising, but 78 now onto lap 12, and Bottas has gone past, Rosberg's trying to go past. It's just all going on at the minute really, so yeah, I think I'm coming into the pits at the end of this lap. The tyre is quite close to puncturing, so not looking forward to that, but into the pits we must go. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know where we're going to feed out really because everyone is on different strategies, so it's difficult to work out where we're going to be. I'm taking it super cautious into the pit lane, and that's why Hulkenberg to get right behind me. I haven't seen him for a few laps. And put on the medium tyres, go to the end of the race, hopefully. And yeah, it should be alright. Oh, and Hulkenberg's overtaken me in the pits. Cheers, Toro Rosso, thanks for that. Looks like we're going to be coming out in 16th as there's 2 cars in the pit straight both going to overtake me, or maybe 17th actually. Oh no, we're going to stay ahead of Ericsson in 17th. Hulkenberg's still just ahead of me, and here he is. Lap 13, can we overtake him maybe? Oh, he's locked up actually, a lot of smoke coming off those tyres. And you might have seen the pop-up saying Carlos Sainz is in the pits at the same time. So this would be quite a good thing to measure our progress against as to whether we're ahead of a teammate or not, because we are on the same strategy. So let's see, are we going to come out ahead of Carlos Sainz? Obviously we were teammates in it's Formula Renault 3.5, Gasly and Sainz, so hopefully we can get ahead of him. Yeah, we do, he's just on the right, back up into 14th for Gasly. And that's going to be one of my aims, is just to beat Carlos Sainz this season, because the car might not be very quick, but it's always a good little measuring tool against your teammate to see how well you're getting along. If we go up the inside of Palmer there, who's on the slower set of tyres, was there much more worn than ours. I think he's on a long strategy, and Gutierrez ahead of me is going to peel into the pits as well, and up into P11 maybe? Yeah, P11 now on lap 17. Raikkonen's right behind me. I'm not sure how his race has got so bad that he's behind me, but at the same time Nasser out of the race, but more importantly for us, Raikkonen is going down the outside, and the safety car has come out, which has saved me a position from Raikkonen, it looks like. Unfortunately I couldn't get a replay of the Nasser incident, but I'm pretty sure it was an engine failure, as you see quite often on this game. So yeah, up to P10, I chose not to make a pit stop as my tyres are pretty fresh. And right behind Bottas now, we're just on the edge of the points with 9 laps to go. And that is not a good line. I've bottled the restart, and Raikkonen looks like he's going to have a run on me straight away, which isn't very good. Here he comes up the inside. We've not got the slipstream for Bottas because he's well too far ahead. Unfortunately, contact made there with Raikkonen, and that was slightly not right, and we've got a legal overtake on him, so I'm going to have to slow down. Unfortunately that means letting Hulkenberg through once again, but luckily I managed to keep it up the inside of Raikkonen, so I did give him the position for about half a second and then just took it back again, but the game allows it for some reason. So yeah, lap 21 now, Raikkonen still overtaking me, as you probably would expect in the Ferrari. It's down the outside, we brake early. No, we don't. We brake late, sorry, onto the grass slightly, and Raikkonen has got me this time. Now Ricciardo's right behind me, which isn't great. Looks like we've got the run on Raikkonen though. Can we send one up the inside? And that is a dive bomb and a half. Get that straight out and forcing wide, a bit of contact made on the rear tyre, but back up into 11th. And now Ricciardo is going to try and overtake me on his soft tyres once again, and he makes a bit of a better deal of it than Raikkonen did. But Raikkonen's gone through as well up the inside though, side by side. And we maintain P12. Raikkonen seemed to go a bit wide there. And yeah, Ricciardo has got me though, which is a bit of a pain, because no, there's not much chance of any points. And Raikkonen's back up the inside. This is just turning into the battling Raikkonen race. So he runs us very wide there onto the grass, and Sainz is actually overtaking him, which is good for me, because we're in equal cars then, rather than a Ferrari against a Toro Rosso. But Sainz is going to look around the outside. But hopefully I can see him off with just a bit of late braking, yeah, force him out and maintain P12 for the time being. So yeah, this basically turned into battling Raikkonen and stopping him get past. But here he goes again on lap 27, around the outside, late braking, force him out once again. Getting a bit repetitive at this point. But P11, I think Ricciardo's made another stop, which is not a great strategy move. And now, lap 28, we've only got 2 more to go. Hopefully we can maintain his position from Raikkonen, but he's up the inside this time, which is probably a better move from him. I keep it around the outside into the fast left and right, and that is a wonderful move with one Raikkonen ride as well. And he's lost a lot of time, so hopefully that should mean we keep the position. There's a yellow flag behind me, I'm not sure what's gone on there, but there's a cluster of dots on the minimap, and here we've got a replay from Sainz's point of view. We run Raikkonen ride, who then loses a bit of momentum. Perez behind Sainz, and they spin, and Sainz spins out, and then from Gutierrez you see that Renault has gone into the air, and that is a massive pile up. Palmer, I think both Renaults, here's Ricciardo's point of view, you see Palmer is mounting Gutierrez. From Sainz's point of view, he goes for the gap, Raikkonen cuts him off, Sainz spins, Perez gets through, and then Sainz gets absolutely like creamed by the Renault. Here's Jolyon Palmer. So yeah, Sainz just spins out and Palmer loses both wheels, mounts the Haas, and that is a massive incident. And I'm surprised that they will come out unscathed from that. But yeah, onto lap 29. That incident allowed me to get away a lot because everyone lost time obviously. So lap 29, around the last corner, and it's going to be P11 in the first race for Pierre Gasly, which is, it's no points, but it's a good start. It's somewhere to improve from, and Pierre Gasly 11th place.
So as I say that, we can see the drivers coming out now to collect their trophies. It's yet more silverware to take back to their base in Brackley after another excellent Grand Prix.
So the results then: Hamilton from Vettel from Rosberg. Massa has about 1 million seconds of penalties. But yeah, Hamilton, Vettel, Rosberg, Verstappen, Button managed him to keep P5, which is a bit surprising. If you scroll down then, you can see the carnage at the bottom with Gutierrez, Sainz, Palmer, Raikkonen and Nasser all DNFing. The championship is the same as the results obviously. Team championship, no points, but we are the highest of the no points finishers because of my P11. So in count back, we're basically the best of the no points. So that leaves us in 8th place, I think it was. There's some resource points. So the rivalry against Sainz, I'm losing thanks to his fastest laps, but never mind. The driver position, just I think both of them are good. Yep, 13th we beat, and Sainz we beat as well, thanks to him blowing up. But there's the career score, which no one really cares about. And then that is the end of the video. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time.